If you are looking for this video in Hindi, the link is down there in the description. यदि आप इस वीडियो को हिंदी में देखना चाहते हैं, तो लिंक नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में है.
Coronavirus has brought along with it tons of misery and hardship in everyone's lives, more for some than for the others, and it has led to a rapid increase in crime and scams all over the world. There have been far more examples of people being absolute jerks to each other rather than of people coming together and helping each other out. And that speaks a lot about humanity and the state of the world that we live in. But India, being an underdeveloped and poor nation, is particularly suffering more at the hands of these jerks than other nations. In the next 10 minutes, we will talk about the general increase in street crime and crime against women, about the sharp rise in cybercrime such as digital scams and job scams, and finally about the impact of social media and fake news during these uncertain times. Make sure you stick till the end of the video to understand the context and details of all of these problems and to know how to save yourself, your family and your friends from any harm. And also, if you find this video helpful, then please share it so everyone can benefit from the solutions I'm going to provide. Namaste my dear friends, I'm Dhruv and welcome to the Indoverse, your one-stop resource for everything India. Let's jump right into it. With the arrival of the pandemic and the subsequent lockdowns in India that started in late March, there were some unintended benefits that we saw in the weeks and the months to follow. There was a sharp decrease in crime as people stayed at home and petty thieves and criminals either had no targets out in the open or they themselves were forced to stay at home. Fatalities and road accidents decreased too. Now, we don't have a lot of data to back this up, and this is an inherent problem in a country like India. But the accounts of police officers and hospital emergency workers definitely indicated this trend. But anyone with a bit of common sense knew that this was just temporary and the situation would worsen as time went by. And this is exactly what happened. The extended lockdowns, coupled with an already struggling economy and high unemployment figures even before the lockdowns, has now led to a pretty bad situation. Citizens with no criminal records, especially the youth, are now joining ranks of seasoned criminals as all sources of income are drying up and people are getting desperate. There have been cases of people such as ex-restaurant managers and salesmen at hardware stores stealing cell phones and jewelry in Delhi. As per a senior police official, they recently robbed a food delivery boy. In many cases, educated people with no criminal history have been found committing these acts. When we interrogated them, they told us that they didn't have a job and were unable to make ends meet. The past few months have also seen an increase in domestic violence and crimes against women. Compared to the same months from last year, there have been a rise in the number of rape cases, dowry deaths, molestation cases, and cases of cruelty against women. This is largely attributed to violent men staying at home with their families and women and children having no way to leave or escape home due to the lockdowns. Another aspect adding to the increase in crime is the fact that the police have been occupied and busy with enforcing the lockdowns and managing the sensitive public health situation, so criminal elements in the society have taken advantage of this as well. Now, there is not much that you can do as a private citizen to stop crime. It is the job of the government to look at their economic policies and of the police to look at the staffing and prioritization of the activities. But there are certain things that you can do to keep yourself safe. As you might have been doing for a while now, please make sure that you are going out only if it is absolutely essential. When you do go out, don't wear any jewelry and don't carry too much cash on you. When entering and exiting your car, don't hold your mobile phone in your hand as it makes it easy for thieves to snatch it and gives you no chance of retaliation. If you personally know someone who's getting desperate due to joblessness, then do consider helping them out financially before they jump into the world of crime. And if you are someone who's struggling because of the situation these days, then before you do anything criminal, all I can say is that consider the price of your actions and ask yourself if you have done everything honest in your powers before resorting to a desperate attempt. But also consider the fact that the person you might be harming is also struggling during these times, and your gain can be someone else's immense loss. There have been cases of people committing suicide after they have been scammed of huge amounts. So try to reach out to your known ones for help, because I know for a fact that empathy is not yet dead, and anything is better than committing a crime. Now, if you're a woman who's being harassed at home, then the National Commission for Women and your local police station are the only ones who can effectively help you. I have put up their information on the screen and in the description. You have to understand that the police and the state can only help you if you reach out to them. So don't stay silent. India has gained infamy over the last many years as a scamster's heaven. There's so many call center scams running out of the country, and you can find so many videos on YouTube about this. There is even a Netflix series by the name of Vichardhara that explores the murky world of phone scammers who fleece people of large amounts of money by calling them and posing as bank employees. But while a large part of these scams were traditionally done on phone, the last few months has seen a serious increase in all kinds of cybercrime. There are three main reasons behind this. First of all, India is still very new to the digital world as a country. People have gotten access to cheap smartphones, the internet, social media, and digital payment platforms without really understanding how the internet or electronics work. And this makes them highly susceptible to being fooled. Secondly, the fact that almost everyone is restricted to largely staying at home and thus are interacting with the smartphones and laptops way more than usual just helps the scammers in getting a high chance of hooking someone. And thirdly, everyone is quite desperate, scared, and short on cash during these economically difficult times. Scammers, being the scum of the earth that they truly are preying upon the fears of others during these desperate times. So what we have seen is a rapid increase in banking fraud as cyber criminals target citizens with fake reactivations of credit and debit cards, payment frauds via fake online bookings and clones of e-commerce websites, and job offer scams, with this last one being particularly worrying given the increasing unemployment in the country. I have myself come across many of these on LinkedIn over the past month and tried exposing one as well. If many people notice such scams and create some noise, the scammers actually shut down their profiles, and it also serves as a warning to tons of potential future victims. The way these job scams are happening are as follows. You might see a job offer which says work only from home, and they try to make them sound as real as possible. Though I have seen so many grammatical errors and discrepancies in tones of voice and language of such posts. Many of them will never have links that lead to the official website of companies. Instead, the poster will either ask you to message them personally or will have suspicious looking links that will lead you to shady websites which are not the official company websites. And there have been tons of reported cases of so-called offer letters where they are asking the applicant for money in advance as some sort of fake fees. No company will ask the candidate for money. And when it comes to recruitment agencies, upon the successful hiring of a candidate that they represented, commission is generally taken from the employer, not the candidate. Also, as anyone who did start working from home, scammers are now also targeting professionals way more than before. Now, big companies have dedicated IT teams that are setting up as many defenses as possible to stop cyber attacks. But at the end, it is the employee who has to make sure that they don't fall victim to phishing scams. Phishing has been around for ages now, and what it means is fake emails with dubious links that are used to extract information, such as your account passwords, or that infect your device with viruses. The companies which suffer the most are the smaller ones, which don't have the IT resources to stop such viruses or phishing scams. Now, apart from phishing, another kind of scam which is really on the rise is called smishing, which is basically phishing via SMS. This takes form of links via SMS, which can be about deliveries that you need to track or pick up, or messages on the lines of, you have won a prize of rupees 50 lakh, click on the link to claim the amount, or your bank account is credited by 5 lakh rupees, give your account details to claim the same. As you can tell by now, none of this is true, and clicking on such links will only push you in harm's way. Again, when it comes to the nation's cybersecurity, there is not much you can do on an individual level, and it's the government's job to make sure that you are protected as a consumer. But government authorities seem to be pretty aware of this issue and now seem to be working on securing digital channels. For example, the Data Security Council of India and PayPal India have worked on a joint report where they have acknowledged the need for a comprehensive framework to tackle cybersecurity risks involving digital transactions. But you too, as a consumer, can do certain things to make sure that you stay safe. India's Computer Emergency Response Team and the Reserve Bank of India have asked people not to share their OTPs, PIN information, and other financial information on public or private channels. Further, consumers have also been asked not to carry these details in the physical form in their wallets or pockets. Do not click on any links that you receive via SMS, WhatsApp, or email unless you're expecting the message or they come from a reliable source or person that you personally know. Even if you know the source, you should make sure that you confirm with the person or organization after calling them. If you are contacted in any form by a bank, a credit card company, or an e-commerce company like Amazon or Flipkart, never give away any kind of personal information. It is always safer to cut the call and then search for the official number of the bank or company via the official website and then call them back yourself. If there is really an issue with your account or something like that, the bank or the company should be able to help you anyway. If you're looking for a job, then look at every job posting with suspicion and try to verify it. And also do not trust anyone who just comes out of the blue with a job offer for you. Make sure you reach out to the company and confirm with them directly. No hiring agency or a reputed company will ask you to transfer money before an interview or even after a confirmed job offer. So, in general, look at everything with online links, sharing of personal information or OTPs, or online money transfers with extreme caution. Treat every unexpected call from a bank or a credit card provider or an e-commerce website, any amazing sounding offer from anyone, or any news such as you have won a lottery as a scam. These are difficult times and no news is good news. Finally, talking about news, there's a lot of fake news and misinformation out there on the internet, and it has just seemed to increase over the last many months. Now, this kind of misinformation is playing a key role in criminal activities these days, and there have been increased instances of fake WhatsApp forwards that make you believe that certain scams are true so that you click on the links once you receive them. And even politically and religiously instigated riots have been started by messages or activities on Facebook and WhatsApp. Regarding all of this, all I can say is that not everything that you see, hear or read on the internet is true. The best way to counter it is to question everything. Just use your brain and be critical about everything. Confirm anything you read which is sent via WhatsApp by doing a quick Google search, as it is pretty simple, or you can ask someone in your family or youth to do it for you. If any reputed news outlet is talking about it, it might be true. And again, don't believe any and all unknown websites, as it is very easy to set up a website these days. Photoshopped images and doctored videos can make us believe anything these days, but whatever you see is not necessarily true. I know times are crazy, and the big bad world is out there to get you and your life savings. But as has always been the case since humans started roaming this planet, keep your eye out, be cautious, use your brain, be empathetic but not too trusting, and everything should be fine. Thanks for sticking till the end, and here are a few more videos that you might like. You can help my channel grow by hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification icon, by liking this video, leaving comments, and sharing this video and my channel. And there are links in the description to many resources that I encourage you to go through and form your own opinion. Thanks again for being here, and see you all next time. Namaste.